Hello and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to look at how to put your very first website on the internet, okay? And so we are hosting with Cpanel. So you realize that in our initial videos, we looked at how to order hosting from a hosting provider here called Makigo Host, okay? So once you are done purchasing your hosting and domain, the next thing is you want to put your website online. And this video applies to many of the other hosting providers that you have on the internet that you can find. Okay, so once you've purchased your domain and your hosting, the next thing is to put your website files and have your website live on the internet, and that's exactly what we are going to look at in this video. Okay, so if you enjoyed this kind of tutorial where we look at how to fix simple problems in software, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of my content that I put up in the future. Okay, so once you are navigated to your hosting provider, whichever site you purchased your hosting and domain, or if you use Makigo Host, I'm using Makigo Host as the sample here. Want to head to your client login and log in. Okay, yeah, so this is the dashboard, the client dashboard that you have here at Makigo Host. It can be different on your site, but if you purchased your hosting on Makigo Host, this is kind of the UI that you are going to see if you open it. Okay, so I want you to head to packages and then just head to my packages. Okay, go right into like your domain that you ordered. Here I ordered a learn with div.xyz at 32.89 USD yearly. Okay, this is what I use for the tutorial. So yours will have the extension of .com, .org, edu, or whatever the domain that you ordered from this site. Okay, so for some people they'll be transferring their domain to the hosting provider or the vice versa. Okay, so once that is done, just click on their domain, and once you click on your domain, you head to log into your cpanel. Again, this may be different on other hosting providers, so be sure to go through your user interface and understand it really properly. Okay, but this is in relations to Makigo Host and how their site works. Okay, so yeah, so once you log into cpanel, okay, so right from your client dashboard you can log in directly to cpanel, and once you are on cpanel, I want you to go ahead and create a subdomain. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create that subdomain, and that's exactly what we are going to do right here. So on this search, you can just type in domain, and then you have domains, manage, delete, whatever. Okay, yeah, so you will be redirected to another interface for domain that lists your domains. And as you can see here, I have my main domain and I have a subdomain right here at technique.learn with dave.xyz. Okay, so your subdomain will always have the extension dot your main domain. Okay, so that's what we are going to do right here. So in here we are going to create another domain. Let's call it let's say YouTube, let's say tutorial, let's call it tutorial, and then you have the extension. Okay, so with the extension you just copy your main domain and add that to it. Okay, so yes, once this is done, um leave this on checked. Share document root, just leave it on checked and hit submit. Okay, yeah, so it takes a moment. Just wait until that is done. Yeah, so once that is completed, you get a success message that your subdomain has been successfully created. Okay, so yeah, so now that we have our subdomain created, I want you to go back to the tools of your cpanel. Right, so right here on the tools, I want you to scroll down to your file manager. Okay, so go to your files, just scroll down. Cpanel will be the same interface for most of you. So scroll down to the files and hit on file manager. Okay, so yeah, so this is where you'll be managing all of your files. And in order for us to do this, we want to scroll to our subdomain that we just created. Okay, so among these files, you can just scroll dot to public underscore html. Okay, you can also go to the home, and then you can scroll down to public underscore html, and there you have your tutorial.learn with dave.xyz. Okay, so this is the subdomain that we are going to be using. These are files, these files are for your ssl. So you can check this out. Okay, so once you have this domain created, you can just let's just copy it and test it on our url and see. Let's test it and see what we have. Okay, let's delete all of this, we don't need it. And then we check our domain to see what is available. Okay, so right now this is what we have on our subdomain, nothing fancy. So let's get back to our file manager. I want you to open your subdomain, and then once you open it, you realize that we don't have any website files on our domain. Okay, so this is exactly where our files will be. And so what we want to do is we want to test. So let's create a file here, and let's just call it index.html, and then let's save it. Okay, so now that we have a file here with the extension of html, let's go and refresh our. Yeah, so now what you are seeing after you've refreshed is this URL right here, this domain is now pointing to that index.html file that you just added to your subdomain. Okay, so this is supposed to have displayed whatever is inside that index.html file, but however, there's nothing inside, it's just a file. Okay, so let's just head back to a cpanel. Let's get rid of this, and let's confirm I want to get it off my tracks permanently, and let's go. Okay, so once you have this done, the next thing I want to do is to bring in our website files. Okay, so I'm assuming you've already designed these files. Is either a template you have downloaded, or a web page that you built with html, css, and javascript, bootstrap, or whatever. Okay, all right, so once you have those files, I'll have a file here, and this is the technical documentations page that we built here on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. So this is what we are going to use. We just have the css file and that of the index.html file. This is what we are using as a sample for this video. Okay, so what we're going to do is we want to compress this file. Okay, remember, most of these processes will work the same for Windows. You just have to zip the file. In this case, I'm using Mac, so I'm going to compress it. Right, so now I have the compressed file. So this is what I'm going to move onto my file manager on cpanel. Okay, so let's back to our file manager. We want to go to upload, and then here we want to select the file, and that file is right here. Let's select, and then we open that. Okay, good. So we are, our upload is complete. We have 100%, and let's just head back to our cpanel. Okay, so yeah, now we have our files here, and then what we want to do is unzip. Okay, so I want to select it, just right click, and then you can see extract. Okay, so for cpanel it's going to be the same no matter your operating system. So just extract the files, and then click extract files. Okay, and wait for a moment for all files to be extracted. Okay, so all files have been fully extracted, and now let's get on to, let's close this. 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 Let's All right, so we have our extracted file here, technical doc. Okay, so now what we want to do is to just get rid of this zipped document. So you can just delete it and then confirm. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is to select this, open it, and then you have all these files here. Okay, so what we want to do is select all of these files. Okay, so we want to select the files, select all these files, and then what we want to do is to move. And then when you are moving, we want to take off, we want to move them off the technical docs folder and want them in our domain. Okay, so we want to have these files on tutorials.learn with div.xyz. Okay, and once you've taken off the extra extensions of the file, all you want to do is, so there's an extra path that was added slash technical doc, then you can just hit on move files. Okay, right, so now this part of uh, our directory is empty. You can just go back right here and then learn with div. You can open that, and now once we have this done, I want us to go ahead and reload our page. Okay, so let's reload our page. Let's see, I don't know why it's still not loading. Maybe it takes a while for the files to start loading. All right, so after this it's supposed to be loading, however we can't seem to be loading it. So I want to go to inspect. Okay, so sometimes the browser is holding some cache, so we want to go to the network and then let's disable cache. Let's refresh again. If that's not working, I want to open your browser's incognito mode. Okay, and then I want you to paste the URL. Okay, and check. Okay, so let's allow it to load. Okay, so now your website is live. You can check. Okay, so SSL secured, and that is it about this video about putting your website online. You can see your application is on the internet right now and everybody can access it on this particular domain. Okay, so yes, so at the end of it, this is how you put your website that you built on the internet using Cpanel. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. If there are questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll make sure to respond to all of them as quickly as possible.